many people will join us, but it's all right. I'm going to get this set up. We're fabricating the hood latch on this car. So the hood latch, I have to get so that the hood will latch all the way down, and I don't have that part of it set up yet. So I'm going to get my phone out of my holder here. Apologize. I don't have anyone watching yet, so it should be all right. Hold on. Yeah. Bear with me. So bear with me. I think I'm still alive. Oh, we flip sides. Try that. There we go. We're back. I don't think anyone's watching anyway, so if anyone comes on, you'll see that I'm here. In the meantime, I'm going to get all the stuff we need to start putting the hood latch part in. So be right over here. I'm going to get some tools. Take a compressor on. My gloves. Got the welder. Got my drill, so we can drill 2 holes. So once we get going here, I'll show you what I got. And I'm doing some different things on these live streams. I got one person watching. Hello, comment down below where you're watching from. We're working on the Lambo project here. I got to make this hood latch. So drilling into the hood, the sheet metal that I fabricated from scratch. And this is the hood latch I'm putting in. So I need this hood latch to connect to this. This is going to hook here so that the hood will stay down on its own. Now it doesn't have that feature because I don't have this welded in. So hello, 2 people watching. Thanks for coming in. If you've never been here before, comment down below and say hello. Now, for whatever reason, live chat, remember to guide privacy. Yeah, somebody's got a comment down here. There we go. Hello, Weston. You're a new watcher, new viewer. This is my Lambo project, building a Lamborghini-esque car. I do have one official Lamborghini part. It's the rear script. Hey, FN Games, thanks for coming in. Thanks for watching. We got 19 people in here already. This is crazy. So me drilling into the hood of my Lambo to get this wire is going to be the bottom part of the hood latch to latch into and keep the hood closed. So, hey, I'm doing pretty good. Can't wait till you buy one. I would love to buy one too. I actually looked at buying a wrecked one and fixing it up, but the cost to do that is crazy. So what I should put the link in my description for these, but I bought a Crown Victoria ex-Buffalo police car and I rebodied it. I cut the frame in between the axles to shorten the wheelbase and I rebodied the whole thing. That's what my avatar is. This is my avatar essentially. It's got scissor doors and that's what we're building. So if you're new here, please, I got 1 like already, so thank you for that. Click the subscribe button, stick around, say hi. We got a lot of good people that come in and hang out. And we get an occasional troll, that's okay, but you get the good with the bad, right? So essentially, this wire right here, I got the welder out, so we're gonna weld this in place, hopefully if this goes right. But the hood, when it goes down, it's gotta catch this hood latch right here. So I got to get this lined up. I get this lined up like this, just on the inside. So we'll be drilling 2 holes, essentially right here. Drilling 2 holes, and then I will be welding this in place. And when we're all done, hopefully, hey, Jen's here. Our most Superior Awesome Moderator is here. Thanks, Jen. I know I didn't email your account or text you. I apologize. This is how I've been rolling as of late. A rough Tuesday at work, so here we are, you know. Anyways, we're going to try to finalize a majority of this hood latch. I still need the spring. My neighbor hasn't replied back to my request yet, but that's all right. We'll weld this in, and then we'll reinforce it eventually, but it's gonna get drilled in here pretty well. And this is what we call guesstimating. You know, like anything else, there's fabricating and there's some guesstimating, and I think we'll be just fine with the guesstimating portion. I got an idea for this. How we're going to put the hood latch, hood rod, whatever, hood prop rod in place. I'm going to go grab, you know what I did forget? I forgot my tape measure. I'm going to go grab my tape measure. It's 30 feet that way. Grab my tape measure so I can measure this out and mark it. It'll be just a few seconds before I get back there, because I do have most of my tools in order. That's dang, because my security thing, but we got tape measure, and we got a pencil here. We'll mark this out. But essentially, from the edge of that to here is 1.5 inches. So we got to be to the inside edge of that 1.5 inches. So let's put this back. Got some new eye goggles too. Check my eyes, you know. But 1.5 inches in from here. No rules, just compromises, right? So we're going to be 1.5 inches like this. So we'll go there. Actually, it'll probably be a little to this side. Then, this is how I'm going to mark the other side of this. And once again, this is like horseshoes and hand grenades. Good enough, you know, close enough. Just the way we got to roll. So I'll take this here. We'll mark this here and here. Then, put this in a straight line as we can get. Actually, I'm going to get a straight edge. Straight edge. I have one or two around. Here it is. So, if we make a mistake, it's okay. I know we're drilling into a hood of a Lambo. I should have used that as a title for this live because it sounds a little more impressive than it really is, but that's okay. We'll go like this. Move it this way, like this. And we essentially have where we can drill 2 holes and pull that wire through, and then we'll get it lined up in the latch. We'll end up latching it, latch the hood latch, put the hood all the way down, and then we'll weld the hood latch in place. That's the plan. Whether or not it works or not, I'm not sure. Caleb's here. Hey, Caleb Schaefer. You know anything about deep car scratches? Yes, a little bit. Enough to be dangerous. So depending on how deep your car scratches are, if they go into the primer or into the color, that's a little bit more involved. If you still see color there, just no clear, and they're deep, then you can use clear to fill in the scratches and then buff them out. It will suffice enough to make it look good from far, but you know, it probably will be far from good, but it'll make it look a lot nicer. Anyways, that's all I have to say about deep car scratches. I would not put myself in the body guy, you know, section. I know enough to be dangerous. A buddy of mine taught me a lot over the years, but once again, not my forte. So I got a drill bit here that I think will work. Probably should step it down with a smaller drill bit. So this is the drill bit I need to get to fit this wire through. but we got to use a smaller drill bit for a pilot hole first. I got a bunch of, I bought a bunch of these drill bits for like $3 in a pack on Temu or whatever, not Temu, one of those websites for drilling these small pilot holes and whatnot. So we're gonna roll with that. Oh, hey, Dr. Art's here. Nice. Working on the Lambo, Dr. Art. Dr. Art, I wish Jen could put a link to his channel in the live. Go subscribe to Dr. Art. We're trying to build his channel back up after he got hacked and he had to rebuild from scratch. So he is a friend of the channel and he is making it comeback. Everyone loves a comeback, Dr. Art. Everyone loves a comeback. So, anyways, we're trying something different. So we're gonna just drill into this hood, and hopefully we get things lined up enough that it'll work. Once again, this is not something I've ever done like this, but we used to have a saying. Oh, my light went out. I got a smart light that's on a timer, and it's connected to my cameras, and it gets frustrating. I apologize, but we used to have a saying when we used to work on the dragsters back in the day. Dr. Art's working on a cool digger. That's just like I used to work on when I was a kid. We don't know what we're doing, but we do it right. That's what we used to say. Anyways, I'm gonna drill the pilot holes, and like spies like us. Now the first incision. Oh, there's Saturn and Cat just came in. Where we drill through the radiator too. So, wow, I guess either these are left-handed drill bits or these drill bits are made out of chocolate, just like that, because they just basically melted. I don't know if you can see the tip of that. Probably can't. Where's my camera? It literally rounded off the corners, drilling through mild steel sheet metal. So, but it gave us enough of a dimple that I think we can get our regular drill bit in. Now, granted, these are not my nitride or whatever they are. Well, this is definitely a little more aggressive. There we go. I don't know, running out of battery though. Don't worry, it gets even more scary. I gotta get a new battery. Get it off the charger here. Sorry, this isn't a professional operation. This is just how we roll. This is just how we roll. So it's good to see Dr. Art just stop in and say hi. There we go. Man. You would think I was driving through a titanium sheet metal the way this is drilling. With that, we're able to put that right through the radiator, so we're good. It keeps the radiator cooler now. So. look like it makes much sense right now, but well, I don't know how straight those are, but straight enough, I think, for government work. So we'll clean up the sheet metal so that I have enough to weld onto, I believe. At least I should have enough to weld onto. There's no guarantees here. No guarantees. So, oh, we got 8 likes, 21 people watching. That's awesome. Appreciate everyone stopping out and saying hi on a Tuesday. Kissing the dream. Gonna mount a camera on that. I got a couple things. I got a shark fin in the back for the radio and whatnot, radio antenna. Brand new eye goggles, so that's good. That compressor off, because I think we're done with it. Don't want to listen to that all night. That's enough for me, anyways. Now, the idea is, if I stick this up through from underneath, then we'll latch this in place with the wire sticking through. We can put the hood down all the way where we want it to latch, weld it in place, and then allegedly it should be all good to go. That's the theory. That's how I'm operating. Now, no guarantees. No guarantee that it's going to work, but the idea is if I stick this through somewhere here, and here, then we latch this. So the idea is if that gets latched here, might have to use a hammer because I can't, there's nothing to actually push on. So nothing that a sledgehammer can fix. Bear with me. I'm getting a sledge. Wherever I put that, which is right in front of me. Take this. Well, so far the theory is not holding true. So we might have to do this a different way. We'll try it. We'll try like this. So, get my hood prop rod out that I got too far back here. Hood prop rod. We got hood prop rod in place. I'm going to get this come through here. Now I bent that already, just hammering on it, but that's all right. So if I wouldn't keep losing my tools. Now, I might have to change the spring in this because it's pretty aggressive. You know, this is made for a big police car hood, and this is pretty light. Not that I'm trying to save, you know, what it is in weight. It's just that's what it turned out to be. So the latch spring, I think I'm going to have to detune a little bit. Maybe get a thinner coiled spring for that. Want to check out the comments quick. Oh, Shepherd Chapel, hello. Michael 27 Romero, hello. Car gonna weigh 10,000 pounds? Yeah, maybe. That's all right. It'll still look the part. Take the hood off, solves the problem. Yeah, if we don't run a hood. I thought about doing carbon fiber for the entire hood too. But definitely don't want the hood to flip up in my face. I had that happen one time. I did not have the hood latch properly on a Suburban and hit a gust of wind and it peeled past the secondary latch and it came up and hit the car and blocked my view. It was crazy. Don't ever recommend doing that. So, all right. Here is the theory. Theory is, if I can get this to latch on this wire, then close it, then maybe we got something. I almost feel like this wire's got to be even heavier than what I have. Because I was able to get this to close and latch with the tool that I had, but for some reason this is not working this way. So try this. There we go. Okay, that hood is latched now. Well, it's latched on the wire. Now we gotta set the hood down on the wire, bend it straight, and then set the hood down to weld it. And then keep our fingers crossed that it's all good to go. Got that? So step one, get all the tools out of there. That's step one. We get the hood prop rod out of there. Otherwise a broom handle that's cut off. Now we'll get this set down and get the wire through here, like so. Okay, that is that. I got to turn the light back on again. Stupid thing. It's a stupid switch. I mean a smart switch. Cool, but it's not. All right, everyone here, 54. My generation thinks like this guy. Eventually solve the problem, yeah. Well, I'm almost 50. I'll be 50 in a couple months, so this is my midlife crisis right here. So now, as you can see, the hood is technically not latched. It's not latched. The hood does come up, right? But allegedly should, right now, with this, we gotta make sure our body lines are in order. Probably, I don't know. I don't know how our body lines are gonna adjust, but we'll figure that out. But we gotta get this right so we get all our body lines lined up. Nice, nice fender gaps and everything so it looks the part. But this right here, we're gonna push down, we're gonna tack in place, and then it's a 2-person job to release the hood. It may not release again, who knows? May have to cut it off, but that's how we're gonna start here. So let me get the welder fired up. This is where the fireworks show begins. You know, got my old trusty snap-on welder that I bought for $400 like 30 some years ago, almost 35 years ago. And this is done me well over the years. I've put together a lot of projects with that. So we have to, because of the way that it is. We take a term from Vice Grip Garage, we can put this here, pull up on that, and I'm going to pull up that far, and we're going to weld that in place here, tack it in place, and then I'm going to go see if the hood will release, and then maybe we'll have a working hood latch, and then we can reinforce the hood, get our body lines right. Maybe not the exact perfect, you know, step 1, step 2, but we'll figure it out. Nothing a sledgehammer, a torch, and a welder can't fix. So, be prepared. Of course, it's going to go right in my sneaker. I'm wearing shorts in the garage because that's what I do. And at any rate, here we go. Fire. Okay, we're going to change the ground position to this other one. Don't worry, if the paint starts on fire, that's extra. No extra charge, as they say. So now, our hood is technically latched. Now, the problem is, well, I don't have anything to pull up on it, per se. See, we got some body lines to correct here. We can bend some of this in. Yeah, actually we can bend a lot of that. That's why they make you know, hammer and dolly, right? To bend your hood lines into place. Doubt that jamming this in here. Yeah, that's actually latched pretty good. I don't know if, because there's no spring tension to push up on it, I don't know if it's actually going to release, but I'm going to try pulling it, see what happens. I mean, worst case is it's a 2-man hood latch, or 2-girl hood latch. There it is. Let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. All right. I don't know if you saw that, but look at that. And it's latched again. Right, we got a working hood latch. Now I just got to cut that down. More sparks. You like sparks? Yeah, my wife doesn't. Actually, she allows me to do this stuff. It keeps me out of trouble. I'm not out causing trouble and drinking in bars. I just spend money on Lamborghinis that aren't real. Because why not, right? So the good news is, I'll show you what I got on Amazon because I've been lacking any good sets anymore. The bands over the last few years. The bands, yeah. This is what I got here. Brand new goggles. Safety goggles. I like these the best. Although the white straps, I'm sure you'll see how dirty they get real fast. But we can put these on, hopefully. There. Now I can do some grinding, right? Yeah, fireworks are fun, definitely, Jen. So, yeah, Gen X is definitely about getting it done. Jen is Gen X too. It's even in her name. Would you believe that? So, the hood is actually latched. We have to adjust everything, come up with the body lines, but for the first time, this car has a hood latch that functions. Now I'm going to cut these off, and we'll address that as we go. I'll reinforce that because I want it to be able to bend. But at this point, I think we actually have a working hood latch, which I can't even believe this actually happened at this point. I was not expecting it to go this smooth. So bear with me. I got to get some tools here. So, here we go. Big grinder, we just go with the Sawzall. Oh yeah, we're going to go with the Sawzall. We could probably precision cut this with the Sawzall, I think. Right? I think this might work the best. I got this at a estate sale over the summer down the street. And gentleman passed away, and his daughter was selling off his tools. And I never really had a good quality Sawzall, so I got this here rigid for a good deal. And it seems to work pretty damn good. So, see if I can get this. I don't like kind of digging into the hood. Yeah. I mean, we kind of made a mess of the bodywork there, but I knew I had to have it redone anyway, so. Now, we'll try the hood one or two more times just to see, does the, perfect, yeah. We're making it happen. We got 22 people watching already? I can't believe that. Thank you for watching. Click the like button, hit something in chat like a 1 if you've never been here before, if you're new to the channel. So I appreciate everyone that's watching. Now, will the hood unlatch? So here's the test. Ready? Ready? 3, 2, 1. I don't even need the spring that I thought we needed. So the hood is up. Now, hold on. Let me get this cardboard that's bothering me. I got cardboard on the hood to protect, on the windshield to protect the windshield, but it keeps getting caught. Okay. So that is working. And that latches. Now we just need to fabricate in some rubber bumpers to keep the vibration down and keep it nice and adjusted. And that's just the way it goes. All right, let's read some comments because I've been kind of slacking on this. Jeff Gray's here, number 1, must be new. Thank you for watching. And perfect, watch. VTGE. You're great. I'm looking for blood. Yeah, well, it's possible. I definitely have cut myself pretty good. I don't know if YouTube, I think YouTube like takes that off the YouTube screen if you draw any blood. Exhaust. I used to work in first job that I had automotive related was at Meineke. I used to bend custom exhaust. I loved doing that part of it. That was actually fun. But so you got to witness the hood latch being made workable. I would not say, you know, it's the best, but it actually works right now. We have a hood latch that latches. So we're a lot farther ahead than I thought we were going to get tonight on a short notice live stream. We got 15 likes, so everyone that hit the thumbs up button, I appreciate you. We got 21 people watching. I'm going to pop this hood a couple times more. We're going to grind this down a little bit. I'll get the grinder and we'll grind that a little bit flat so it's not so proud, as they would say. If you were a carpenter, like my buddies are, they would say that was proud because it's sticking up high. We got to make this a little concave so that we can redo our body work here. This is all going to get redone. I still got to weld the seams, still got to reinforce the edges. That'll be what we're working on next. I asked my neighbor, who's a body guy, to get me some rec panels so I can use the sheet metal, cut out the sheet metal, bend it, and then weld it along the side. That's what we're going to use for the hood edge and the fender edge because it doesn't have to be anything perfect. So, because it's all going to get welded, it's all going to get glassed, and we're going to grind this down so we get to see lots of sparks. Sparks are fun, as they say. So I know you can probably hear me. I apologize for having to walk away, but I put the grinder up here. I need to get that back. So we'll get the grinder. I'm going to try to shoot the sparks your way so it's a little bit more dramatic. For some reason, the sparks flying gets people interested. If they're just flipping through in a stream, they've never been here before, they see sparks flying when I'm welding or whatever, and I don't know, just seems a little bit more fun to watch than somebody eating dinner or whatever. I see people doing all kinds of stuff online, so now if I could just find the end of this extension cord, that'd be helpful. Of course, I have been trying to get organized more in my older age, and we got to that point a little bit, but we're still not where we need to be, right? So here we go. See if the sparks come your way. I mean, it's pretty rough. Don't get me wrong. It's a little rough, but we'll get there. Well, just made a dinging sound. It sounded like the tank on my bottle. So, yeah, good buff job. Yeah, definitely. I buffed it out in some 40 grit. That usually has a mirror-like finish when it's done. Actually, the sheet metal does. So we'll weld that in again. Oh, well, you can't see the car. It is, this is my Lamborghini Lambo project. This is actually a Ford Crown Victoria that I shortened the frame in between the axles. So I shortened the wheelbase, cut the factory welds where the rear axle hoop goes up and over the rear axle. And I took 11 inches out of the frame channel and then shortened that, had the drive shaft shortened. And I added rear twin turbos to it. It's a 4.6 liter Ford. This used to be a Buffalo police car. Retired, obviously. So, anyways, I don't know if this turns far enough to see what I got going on, but kind of see the car down the side. I got 20-inch wheels on it. The tires came off a Porsche 911. So, it's a low buck. It's not a kit car. I didn't want to copy a Lamborghini model. This is my Terero Vittoria, which stands for Bullfighting Victoria. And the reason I did that is I wanted it to follow. So every Lamborghini model is named after a winning bull. That's why they have the fighting bull emblem, because Lamborghini liked bullfighting, so he named his cars after winning bulls. So hence, this is a bullfighting Terero Vittoria. So I just got the hood latch so it works. I can tidy up the welds there. I'm going to reinforce it on the inside. I'll put some reinforcements in it. We'll have to re-glass that when we're all ready for that. But the fact that we got the hood latch working already in a half hour, I can't believe it. It is the factory 4-speed automatic. It's not a manual transmission, unfortunately. It is the only Lambo in the world, probably, maybe except for Niet TV, which I follow. They're out in Asia somewhere, and they build Lambos and Bugattis and everything else out of random cars. That has a column shift. This has the factory Ford column shift in it. Eventually, I want to put in paddle shift to make it more realistic. Allegedly, there's a company that makes a kit to do that, and it makes it like a manual valve body, or at least manually shift. So that's that. And thank you. Thank you, Kissing the Dream. I appreciate that. Sorry, my eyesight isn't what it used to be. So, yeah, we actually, I can't believe how many people dip in during these. I kind of flip through. I kind of find it fun because you go all through the world just flipping up through the live streams, but catch some really wild, interesting stuff that I wouldn't normally watch. And this is something I do. So the cost right now, the car that I paid for, which is an ex-Buffalo police car that ran and drove, but was pretty rough. I paid $500 for it. I probably right now with the turbos and all the sheet metal and stuff that I bought, I probably between $1,500 and $2,000 into the car. And it does run and drive the way it sits. However, the boost air, so the turbos are spooling, but I didn't hook the boost air. I got a twin turbo in the back, rear mounted, like they do with the P71 cars. They mount them underneath. I mounted them up in like the trunk area where the engine would technically be on a Lambo. And the boost air is going to come back underneath along the frame right up into the intake eventually. But that's the plan anyways. So yeah, I would say probably closer to $2,000 now that I'm thinking about, because I bought stuff over the years for this. The tires I got for free. They were takeoffs off a 911. I got a spare set in the shed. They're Pirelli P0s. The wheels I paid $400 off of eBay, brand new. I bought wheels. I found wheels that had the right offset. So, you have inside outside offset. I bought the wheels to fit that and the right width to fit the 911 tires that I have. So that's what we mounted those years ago. Had to reverse mount them because they're 20-inch rubber bands, essentially. They're real low profile, and they're a real pain to get on there. One of the guys I work with at the Porsche dealer, he helped me do that. So, yeah, it's way cheaper than a real Lamborghini. It's way cheaper than buying a wrecked Lamborghini. I thought about, I did one rebuildable wreck over the years. 25 years ago, an S10 Blazer I did. It was a light rollover, and I replaced the roof on it, and we painted. I had it painted, did all this stuff. Anyways, I looked at wrecked Lambo out like Copart. They're going for like 30 grand. And then I started pricing out the parts to put it back together because, you know, the axle's ripped out of it and all this different stuff. And by the time I added up, it was like 70 to 80 grand, depending on if you get the best deals on the. So you have 70 or 80 grand into a total Lamborghini. And for 10 grand more, you could probably buy one that maybe had miles on it, but wasn't a wreck. So I'm like, there's no way that would float. Don't marry an accountant because they don't let you have that kind of a slush fund. So there's no way that was floating past the family budget. So we have the next best thing, which is the Terero Vittoria here. So it is what it is. I think it'll be, when it's all in one color and it's all polished and shine, it's got the scissor doors, everything works, it runs and drives. Nobody drives a Lamborghini for speed. I don't care what, you know, you might see one or two people do that. They drive it for the looks. They park it at a car show. What are you going to do? You can't take it to the grocery store. You really can't, I don't think. There's not much you can do with them. So they're not practical. This is my budget midlife crisis project. So, and, you know, might get some laughs. That's okay. They can laugh. But, you know, I'll get the built, not bought. There was one guy, when I worked at the Porsche dealer, came in, he had a Lamborghini Aventador, which is my favorite, and it was like an SVJ or something. It was, or SV anyways. It was pretty high end, probably a $500,000 car, and he had license plates, probably because everyone has, oh, is that a real Lamborghini? He got license plates that said it's fake. So I thought if I got vanity plates that said it's real, and then I met up with that guy and we parked next to each other, it would be kind of a funny picture. And that dude obviously had a sense of humor if he's got vanity plates on his real Lamborghini that says it's fake. So anyways, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. I'm going to start winding up these tools. Checking out the comment. That's a bad sign, yeah. Hey, Dang is here. What's going on? I haven't seen your live streams in a while. I wish I had a way to put up everyone's channel links. So I'd put it in the height of the car, it's Lambo height or Crown Vic height. The height of the car is much lower than the Crown Vic. First, the windshield I tilted down at a 20-degree angle to match what the angle of the windshield was for the Aventador. But it is the factory Crown Vic windshield, which I don't think you would notice. I thought I was going to have to I originally thought I was going to take the window and frame out of a minivan because those are real tall. But when I did the math and looked at it, I'm like, that doesn't make sense. It's just got to be laid down. So I cut the firewall underneath the windshield, pushed the windshield about 6 inches forward and tilted it down at a 20-degree angle. So it has the factory Crown Vic windshield, but it's definitely not at the crown. It's down and low compared to that. I moved the windshield as far forward as I could go before it hit the intake manifold. So that's the measurement, the precise measurement that I used for this. So anyways, the doors are off of a Ford Probe. My buddy had a Ford Probe that he was junking, but it had thin two-door car. And I cut the door frames with the window seals and everything. I cut the door frames into the rocker panel out, the B-pillar, everything, so that I could weld it in like a door for a house. And when you go to the Home Depot and you pick up a door with the door frame and then you put that in a rough opening and shim it and nail it in. I wanted to do the same thing here because then you had the door seals, the doors fit, and then I grew the panels out to get the flat tops of the doors, which pretty much every supercar has. I put in the side air scoops going into the back brake area. And it's got the cool handles from the Probe. I moved those out. So they're flat handles that kind of fits the look of a Lambo, in my opinion. Of course, everything's in my opinion because, you know what I mean? hey, if anyone has a better opinion and they want to donate, go right ahead. I'll take your opinion. You could actually, you know, change any design if you want to donate to the project, because this is just a fun project. Like I said, it still runs and drives. We just got the hood latch to work. This is the first time that this hood has actually latched. I barely got the hood, while the hood hinges, I guess you would call them, but I actually have hinge pins built in there. They're kind of hidden. That was a compromise. My motto for this build has been no rules, just compromises. That's pretty much been the entire project. So once we get the hood lines all done, the body lines all good, and the body work done, then I can put the polycarbonate covering on the headlights, and then that part will be done. I know the taillights that I want to get for this car. I found a used set. I made him an offer and he didn't approve. So I don't know. That's still in limbo. I was asking the company that makes them for a sponsorship. They sell new, you know, out of the box ones. That's all this thing needs. But they're out of a 2018 Camaro, but they have the Lambo tri-bar taillights. They look really cool. I'll make them work on this. Probably flip them upside down. And it would be a great fit for this car, but they didn't do a channel sponsorship or anything yet, so we'll see what happens with that. Wow, we got 22 likes, 13 people watching. Thanks for everyone for coming in. Put a 1 in the comments if you've never been here before. Appreciate that. Hey, Pete, how are you, sir? Kissing the dream still there? Ford Probe, yeah, they were junk, no doubt. My buddy, they used to run them Ford Probes in the roundy rounds, like the budget things, and they were pretty good at handling. Jeff Gray, you walk around to the car. Yeah, actually, I will do that. Let me get these gloves off. Let me put these tools away. You stick around. We'll go around the car. It's a mess, especially in the back. I got junk in the back, but I'll do a walk around of the car. I do have this car from years back posted. I got a lot of short videos of this car too. But we need to kind of start making some progress on things, and I will, you know, probably repost a video of how we got to this point. But I'm going to do a walk around. If you guys stick around, thank you for clicking like. I appreciate that. Give me just a second. I'm going to start putting some tools away, and then we'll do a walk around on it. All right? That's actually a good idea. Thank you for suggesting that. I can start packing up for the night. Feel like we made some progress. I don't know if you were here for the hood latch install. You know, I'm actually kind of excited about how that works. Maybe the spring I was working against is actually the spring that, you know, pops it up. But I'm gonna go put this back and I'm gonna pop the hood. So stick around for 10 seconds maybe. 10 seconds. And I'm going to show you what the hood latch works like. Ready? You watching the hood? You watching the hood? So, the hood now pops up like it should. I actually got to make a short video out of that because it's never latched before. That's the first time, if you were watching since I started, that was the first time that this hood's ever latched. So I appreciate you being here. If you got to see all that, it really wasn't as involved as I was thinking it might be. Obviously, this is all have to be body worked in. We're going to make the underneath the hood reinforced. I got to do the cross braces in the hood to give it some rigidity, and then we'll start grinding and body working, and we got to get the body lines around the headlights are what I need to focus on both sides. Once we get the body lines, I can trim the headlight buckets down, and then I will lay the polycarb on with the sealant to seal in the headlights. I got to put some vents in the headlights. I made these from scratch. They're hand-laid carbon fiber headlight buckets with projector bulbs and some accent lighting. So I'm kind of excited about the overall look of the car. I think it looks the part. Anyone's entitled their opinion. You could say it doesn't look good or it's garbage, but you know, I value everyone's opinion. When I get to the finalized part of the body, I will be looking for everyone's opinion on how it looks, what I can change, what would look better, because this is like, it's not a blank sheet of paper, but it can be changed in this state. We can change it however. So when we do this walk around, if you see what you see, tell me if you see anything that doesn't fit the part. But like I said, the inside of the car and the trunk area where the turbos are a mess. I apologize. I got to clean all that up. Maybe that'll be this weekend's project, and then we can start going to town on it. But let me get some things put away quick, and then I'll take you for a walk around it. In the meantime, we'll have, you know, I can put my Sawzall away, start cleaning up for the night, and because it's been a long day, you know what I mean? But I've been trying to do this, you know, every couple of days, just come out here and do a little bit on the car, hang out with everyone, you know, you're bored, come around, stick around, you know, hit that subscribe button if you could. Doesn't cost anything, that helps the channel. We just got to 6 million views. Actually, we're at 6.1 million views on the YouTube channel. Thanks to good folks like yourself and my wonderful moderator, John. And Mexican Specs also a mod. He is not here. He hasn't been in one of my live streams in a while. Although I didn't send him any. I just been coming on random. Even though I go in his live streams all the time. And he's been on my live stream, and he has been in my live streams. I just started doing live streams again recently, so let me put the Sawzall back there. We'll get everyone ready for the tour. Okay. Taking the gloves off. Gloves are coming off. Not just a saying, right? Put the air hose back too. Hold on, I'm gonna get this. Okay, here we go. You guys ready for a tour? Give you a quick tour of what the car is and what it looks like as best I can. So here we go. We got, wow, 22 people here. All right. Hello. Thanks for coming. All right, here we go. You ready? So, I wonder if I should flip it. So here, if I flip this around, will this do a better job? Because I feel like I can read your comments. There we go. All right, can you see that all right? Comment down below. Here is the car, the way it sits, right? The Lambo look front end. You can see how low the windshield is. Hopefully, you can. We got the air vents going to the back brakes here. I think I'm going to make these come out a little and be a little more pronounced and bring the bodywork back there. I got the quarter glass. I had roll cage tubing. I got the roll cage tubing hole sawed into the frame as a box frame. Hole sawed in the frame, welded top and bottom, and then I had it come up and go over. These are the Ford probe door frames. So, and these are the Ford probe door handles and door locks. So now, as I said, don't mind the mess in the car because I got all the trim and anything related to the car, but essentially this is the Lambo door. Hopefully you can see that. Wow, we got 30 people here now? This is crazy. So here's the twin turbos back here. They do spin. They are oil fed. I have a scavenging pump to put into the return oil. Right now I just got it running into a reservoir, and I just keep emptying the reservoir back in the oil pan so we don't run the engine out of oil. And the exhaust is going to come out here and go straight out the back. I have the intercooler here, which took a little bit of a beating because of the cat walking on it, but I got an intercooler here with a fan. The exhaust is going to come out the back. The back is, you know, kind of a work in progress in terms of how we make it, you know, but the exhaust is going to come over the intercooler right out the back like a Lambo, high, and then we'll cut out spots for the taillights, and we will, you know, make it as best as we can. So in the meantime, I still have body work to do in here, you know, fill this stuff in. That goes without saying. We have adjustments to do yet to get the hood. There's as you can see, the lower part we have to adjust. There's stops on the Lambo scissor door kit, and I got to adjust all that. So yes, Jen, it's definitely been a long day for sure. So, and I appreciate everyone being here. I can't believe we got 31 people watching right now, 26 likes. That is amazing. So we just got the hood latch to work. For those of you who hadn't seen the hood latch on this Lambo project, see, every Lambo, at least modern Lambo, has this here. I do have a Lambo badge that goes right here. One is all painted and shiny. We're going to put that on. But we just welded in the hood latch wire that latches in the hood latch. Obviously, this is just rough body work. We gotta weld, I think, more in the hood seams before we heavy coat them, heavy fiberglass. The windshield is the factory Ford Crown Vic windshield, and wow, 28 likes. Thank you for that. Appreciate the likes. If you've never been here before, you want to see this project work through, please hit the subscribe button. It's free. We got a sale on subscribing today. It's free. We're at 7,100 subscribers. We're at 6.1 million views on YouTube. Everyone here has pretty much been a part of growing the channel, and I appreciate that. This is kind of my midlife crisis project. Oh, see, my smart switch keeps turning the lights off here, but turn them back on. At any rate, we did get the hood latch to work. So if you haven't seen that yet, I will take you through the hood latch working. Ready? So this is the factory Ford. Well, you can see where I cut right here. This is where I cut the firewall. And then I triangulated in metal to strengthen the I guess the windshield frame, because that's all factory. You can see where the police car spotlight used to stick through. Obviously, we have to fill that in. But now, if you can see the hood, I'll reach in here and pop the hood latch like that. It sounds the part. It works. We need to build a secondary latch. So that'll be a thing. We'll get a secondary latch set up for this. Now the hood opens like it should. There's the 4.6 liter Ford engine. The air intake right now is a factory air intake, but we're going to have the air intake go down and run along the frame rail from the turbochargers. Twin turbos will feed the air in from the quarter glass. We got, essentially, this is a Ford Crown Vic police car that's all stock with the twin turbo and low boost. It'll run, you know, about 400 horse is what I figured we'll get out of it. Now, we got some adjustments to do, obviously, but Oh, well, my orientation got messed up. I apologize for that. But we got a hood that latches. We gotta finish all these body lines. We gotta bend sheet metal to go in here and get the lip. That'll give us some reinforcement. Then we'll grind down all these welds. We'll start body filling. Like I said, we got to get these body lines set up so that once these headlights are fit perfectly, then we can put the lenses in. I know they're all dusty. You can see all the dust on it, but these are hand-laid carbon fiber headlight buckets. Got brand new projector beams. They have single filament with a baffle for the high beams. And this is my Lamborghini-esque. We got to say esque because it's not a true Lambo, although I have one part that came directly from the Lamborghini dealer. I got more carbon fiber back here for any carbon fiber projects. I'm going to do when I make the custom, I'm using the Ford Probe doors, so I'm going to use the Ford Probe door mirrors, and I'm going to make them the honeycomb design. I'll stick them out as a honeycomb design. I have all the piping for the charge air cooler, so I got charge air hoses, so both turbos run into the cooler here. There'll be one 3-inch pipe running up to the intake, so that'll give us boost to the engine. And I got sound deadening to put in yet in the floorboards. I got all the spare parts just kind of thrown in the back. It's a mess. I apologize. I got a rear glass already cut for this to put in once I get the body work done back there. We get that edged in with base and clear. Then we can put the rear quarter glass in. Then we got to build a louvered like rear trunk thing. And I'm going to I got a intake off of a Volvo 5-cylinder. I think I'm going to get 2. I'm going to make it look like it's rear engine, although it's not. But I cut the exhaust, put the exhaust through the floor with a baffle with a heat riser, and that spins the rear twin turbos, oil fed from the oil pump. And I got a return oil system going back to the oil pan. I got to plumb in the scavenge pump yet, but like I said, Ford Probe doors that I modified to get the fit. I put the flat tops on the doors, grew them out, put the air scoops in on the side. Thank you for everyone for hitting the like button. It's free. And yeah, it needs 30,000 to work and it'll be perfect. Yeah, true. With 30 grand, if you were a body guy, you could make this thing look perfect, no doubt. But a body guy I'm not. But it'll be fun to drive. Get in it, it's tight, it runs, it drives, and looking at it outside, you can tell that it's got that wide, low stance, which was the whole idea behind this, and it's on a budget. So, and it'll get some looks, it'll get some laughs, and it's all right. It definitely won't be not noticed. This is not like an inconspicuous getaway car, right? And these 20-inch wheels that I got, forgot the name brand of them. See if you can see them. But those are brand new. Now they're marred up and dirty. It's got Pirelli P0 tires, 20-inch, low profile. I think they're like 30 series tires. Different size front and rear. I think they're 295s in the front and 305s in the rear or something crazy. It's a little bit ridiculous for what it is, but that's okay. Ridiculous is the fun part. I don't know if you can see the bodywork down there roughed in, but essentially the bodywork on the front splitter is roughed in. I'm going to get grill mesh to put in there to fit the part, and it will be hopefully look the part. John Q. Public, hello, subbed and like Ford was kind of nasty, and it had the probe, and can't read this. Oh, yeah, this Taurus, Ford Taurus. Probably many 3 martini lunches. It's my bad. Hey, Rogue Gunfighters here. How's it going? Boost is always good. We got a little bit of boost. I'm going to add a little bit of boost to it, Rogue. Thanks for stopping by. Ethan says he's building a 1994 Dodge Dakota, and it's at 420 horsepower right now. He's about to get boosted. Nice. This is probably all this is going to have is about 400 horse, because from the factory, this was 250 horse. It is a factory Crown Victoria P71 ex-Buffalo police car. Does that look like a Ford Crown Vic police car? How about that wheelbase that I shortened? So I got a video of how I took this thing apart and what I did. But basically, where the rear channel frame comes right straight back, and it's like 2x3 boxed. Where the factory hoops go over the rear axle, they're welded on. I cut that weld with the die grinder, and I split the car apart there. I sawzalled through the body, sawed the entire body off of the Crown Vic, sold off what I could, sold the tires and wheels. I got these 20-inch tires and wheels. I got brand new wheels and pre-owned, pre-tested Pirelli P0 tires off of 911, and that's what we put in place. So that's what we got. So yeah, Crown Vic, that was the only car. So with the whole, my buddy found me the idea. This is so I don't know. This is not like a whole original thing. I mean, guys have done this before. This is nothing too crazy. But I was looking for a car to rebody, and my buddy turned me on to Crown Vic because they're the only ones that are rear-wheel drive with a full frame. Because you start cutting up a unibody car, you better really know what you're doing in terms of welding, because that's where all your strength is. So that's how we got to this point. Wow, we got 50 people watching. If you're first time here, please click like and put a 1 in the comment section. I can't believe we're getting some views here. We just got the hood latch to work. Never had a hood latch in this custom built Lambo-esque car, but I got that Lambo little cutout there. I had to move the hood latch back. I had to cut the core support where the radiator is to move the hood latch back. So because the hood latch was like right in the hood gap. I'm like, well, that ain't gonna work. So we moved that back, and I just welded in the wire so that it actually catches the hood now. So we're in good shape. Peter got a 1 there. He's first time here or new to the channel, so thank you. So I have been doing this for over an hour. I can't believe it. I appreciate everyone that's come by and stopped by and hit the like button. And I appreciate everyone stopping by, and we'll probably be hanging out more this week. So thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for being here. Everyone have a great week this week, all right? And check out this Lambo project and a future date. If you've never seen it before, I do have a full-length video on it in my videos. So check it out. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Take care.